That's pretty good. What's going on, everybody? Let's chill for a little bit, yeah? All right. First dislike of the night. That's how we do chef life. Michael J, what's going on, fam? All right. So I figured, I would check in with you guys. We would do little. So I would name it, or I was gonna turn this down just a little bit more. So I named it the Glass Q&A, but honestly, it was just to kind of be here if you guys want to ask me any questions about my experiences with glass or anything like that. You're more than welcome. Before I do answer any questions, though, let's go ahead and go through my tenets, because it's very possible that we might end up offending people because, hey, that's just what happens. First of all, I am not here to be everybody's friend. I am not here to be politically correct. I am not going to say things that everyone agrees with. I ain't no fucking cartoon character. Having said that, figured we would hang out for a little bit, chill on this beautiful Sunday. Matt and Kenny. Hey, you know what? I actually saw that Instagram post, brother, of you taking a shot in your bathrobe. That right there, Matt and Kenny, is my little brother. Not by blood, but I mean, he's my adopted little brother. I love him to death. Matt, I hope that you're having a great vacation, brother. And you know what? There is... So let's take a shot. Well, I got you on camera. Let's go ahead and take a shot before you head out. I hope that you and your lady enjoy your vacation. Have lots of fun. You know, both of the, of the couple kind and of just enjoying the sights. Lifted One, what's going on, fam? Thug Doug, what's going on? Cheers to everybody hanging out in the chat. 9 homies, what is going on? Okay, so let's go ahead and take that shot. We got my brother Rich in the chat. Much love to you and Danny. All right, so we got the homies coming in. What's going on, fam? This is some Smoke Wagon small batch. This is 100 proof. And again, this is shot number 4 that we are pouring up right now. I took a couple shots on live stream with you guys. I had taken 1 shot before I had gone on live stream. So altogether, we are looking at 4 shots of 100 proof bourbon right now. Much love to you guys. I'm just going to be hanging out for a little bit. We're going to talk about some glass. We're going to talk about my experience with glass blowers, being in the glass community. The first time that I ever really got down with glass was when I was about 19 years old. I was, either 19 or 20 years old. Honestly, it's kind of hard to remember now, but I was around that age when I got my first job at a head shop. When I first moved from the coast to out here in the valley, I knew about head shops. I had been collecting glass here and there. I really like Sherlock's and shit, but I didn't really start buying bongs until I moved out here to the valley. My little brother Matt says, cheers. Cheers to you, good sir. Much love. And again, have fun with your lady. I hope that you guys have a great time. Be safe. And post lots of pictures so that I could fucking like that shit and say what's up. Hi, Spy. What's going on, miss? Much love to all of you guys hanging out with us. You got here just in time. Chef Life. All right, he's talking to somebody. Let's go ahead and take this shot. Oh, he was talking to me. So why you move here? So I moved here because my grandfather, I was raised by my grandparents, and my grandfather worked for PG&E for like 33, 34 years. And when he retired, it was a lot cheaper to get property out here and just have a really nice house. So we ended up out here, and I came with him. And, well, okay, so that wasn't originally what happened. Originally what happened was I got kicked out of their house for smoking weed, and I moved in with my mother, who actually was already here at the time. And then after I had lived here for, like a year or two, my grandparents actually came out. And then my mom kicked me out for smoking weed. And my grandparents were like, well, we kind of moved out here because we missed you. So if you want to move in, that's cool. And then I lived with them for a while. And that's when I got my first job at a head shop. And I really started collecting glass because I had like a 30 to 35% discount. And I did a good job. Like, I enjoyed working there. And what was crazy was that I've noticed that when I go into a head shop, a lot of times I could ask a question to somebody, and it's like a rhetorical question. I know what the answer is, but I want to see what this person is going to say, and they get it wrong a lot. So one thing that was different, I think, about me when I was working at the head shops was I took that shit seriously, and I tried to learn about what we had on our shelves. I kept everything clean, and I was not just friendly, but I was knowledgeable. So if you needed help with something, you could actually ask me, and I would give you a good opinion on stuff and be able to help you navigate all the shit that we had there. And Chef Life says, yeah, know your shit. Absolutely, fam. I feel like if you're gonna have a job in places like that, a lot of people, they get it just because it's fun. Oh, I'm gonna work at a head shop. But people have questions. And if you're there just to fuck around because it's a little stoner shop and you can't actually answer people's questions, like, you're not going to give your shop a very good reputation. And so I'll give you guys my history. I've been collecting. I'm 33. I've been collecting since I was 19 years old. I started collecting Sherlock pipes. I really like Sherlocks. I still have one that's left. A bunch of them my grandma fucking broke because whenever she would find them, she wouldn't throw the weed away. What she would do is throw that in a little container with some rubbing alcohol that she and my pop would use for their arthritis and shit, which I found out later and I thought was fucking hilarious. But like, they broke a couple of my good Sherlocks because when they found them, they were just like, you can't be doing this. So I lost a couple of good Sherlocks, but I was able to keep one that I still have to this day. It's actually right here in the closet. And from there, I moved on to bongs. And I remember when I got kicked out of my grandparents' house, it was because my pops had walked into my room one day, and I had been working at the head shop for a good couple of months. And so I had all of my bongs displayed out in my room. So I've had these Sir Vegas for a while. They're originally my uncle's, and he left them behind when he moved out. When I moved, I took them with me. I had like a 4-kink zong and like a 3-foot bong sitting on top of one, and like 2 to 3 other bongs sitting on the other one. And then I also, Matt says, you will never bullshit anyone. You would never speak on something you don't know about. Thank you, little brother. I appreciate that. You know me very well, so you definitely understand where I'm coming from. But yeah, I had a bunch of fucking bongs that were just chilling, all displayed around the room. And I kept everything clean. It's not like you could smell it, but I remember coming home from work one day, and my pops was like, bro, what the fuck is going on with your room? I don't know if you can live here if you're going to be like that. And then so that's that. I think that was the first time that I moved out, and I didn't go to a family member's house. I actually moved in with a girlfriend, and for almost actually not even, I never moved back in with my family after that. So at either 19 or 20 years old, because I remember having my 21st birthday with my girlfriend in the house that we were living in at the time. So I was there for at least a year or two. So I moved out when I was like 19. I've basically been on my own since I was like 19. And I have been collecting glass ever since then. So Chef Life says, should I play my music? They would loud as fuck. They would vibrate off. I hear what you're saying, fam, but that's why I have more than one speaker, and that's why you don't put anything on the subwoofer, because I have a subwoofer right here, and that's actually what my torch and my temp gauge are on, and I'll play music loud as fuck, and it still doesn't vibrate hard enough where those go anywhere. Silent Wolf, what's going on, fam? It's always good to see you in stream. I did a cooking stream a little bit earlier. I know that it's been a while. I'm probably going to get back to doing a little bit more regular content here on the YouTube channel. I've been helping a glass blower kind of run his business for a couple of months, but I think I've done just about everything that I can do with him as far as helping him out. The reason why I started is because it seemed like he was an underdog. I know what it's like to be an underdog, and I figured if I could help him kind of get his business back on track, as long as he's halfway responsible with it, he should be very successful, and he should be able to keep it running. And I want to say that I did a pretty good job, and we established a lot of stuff. We got a couple of days going. Hi, Spy. And so I'll be there next week. Like, it's not that we're stopping altogether, but there's a lot of things that I need to get back to. And I spent a lot of time and a lot of effort helping him grow his business and helping him do his thing. And, you know, at the end of the day, I don't owe anybody anything. And if anybody thinks that, then I can pay them back whatever they think I owe them very quickly. So it's not a thing of, you know, I just hope everyone had fun with what we did. And I would recommend him all day. I hope that nobody has any hard feelings, because I definitely don't. If anything, you know, I would say you guys got to be careful, because that's what happens when I get all fucking drunk. I'm not always a happy drunk. Silent Wolf says, you owe me a steak. I absolutely owe you a steak, fam. I'm waiting for you to come down. Outsider says, hashtag very quickly. You know, fam, all I'm going to say is I had a lot of fun. And we made the homie a good deal of money while I was helping him. I kept the books. You see this little leather-bound notebook right here? If I went through just the days that I've helped him out with, and I added all of the orders together, it'd probably be a pretty little penny. And I don't think I ever really got anything for free. If I wanted something, I paid for it, and maybe I got a little discount, but it wasn't anything that nobody else got. So, you know, we did good work. We made him a good deal of money. And as long as he's halfway responsible with what we've set up, he should be able to do just fine. But yeah, I will be hanging out with him tomorrow for Marble Mondays. So if you guys want to check that out, we will be doing that. Much love to Brother Jack. And, you know, I hope that he's doing well. I haven't checked in with him pretty much at all this week. Chef Life says, should make you a nice rig. So what happened with that, fam, is he said, once I get done, you know, with all the orders I have and this and that, I'll make you something. But the catch-22 about that is he's never going to be done with all of his orders. So it's just something that's really easy to say. And I picked up on that pretty quick, but that doesn't really matter. What matters is we were able to help him build his business, grow it a little bit more. Chef Life says, unblock me if you can, just a mistake. Chef Life. Okay, so I think what that was about payment over some shit. And that was the thing, is that, you know, I don't know you super well, and it just makes it easier for me to be able to keep track in the chat. Yeah, he says on his channel. Hi Spy says, I was live with him the other night. I think He thought I was being pulled over. The live ended. I kind of have been sleeping since. So were there flashing lights behind you or some shit? Why did he think you were getting pulled over? That's kind of random. But yeah, Chef Life. I'll look into that and I'll unblock you if I got you blocked. What I would say is pay for shit next time so that I don't have to do that. Because I know that's why I did that. It's because something happened with a payment. Let's see. High Spy says, I get off work at 4 and he was live when I got off. Came on his live when I was driving home. Matt wants to know, he's chilling, sleeping, living the good life. Hi, good boy. They were asking about you. They said, where's Deacon? And I was like, he's right here. But yeah, he's just, so I have to do 2 things. I have to give him a bath, and I need to wash his couch and the blanket that's underneath it. Because he likes to go outside and, like, literally roll around in the dirt or some shit. Outsider, he is not interested at all. He's like, let me fucking sleep. Maybe turn that big ass light off if you can. I don't, but yeah, he's definitely, he's chilling. He's chilling hard. He had a good day though. He got some vitamins today. He got a bunch of treats. I actually went and I bought him some additive to his food because normally he gets dry food, and what he'll do is he'll make sure that I'm not eating anything, so I'll eat. Once he sees that I am done eating and there's nothing that he can beg me for, he'll eat his own food. And I was thinking about that, and I was like, fuck, maybe I need to give him a little bit something extra. And you lost me there, High Spy, but we good. But yeah, he's just chilling. He hangs out, and he's always close by. He's never far away, All right. Oh, I do, Brother Matt. I very much spoil him. I think that couch is good enough evidence. He's got his own little corner. See that? I put pictures up for him and shit. Like, he literally has his own corner in the office. That's just for him. And he looks pretty comfortable, doesn't he? How good boy. Chef Life says, needs a fan on him. There's a fan right here that I could turn on. Outsider says, the pictures, oh yeah, he's got his own corner. That's what I'm saying. We take that shit seriously. Take that shit seriously. But yeah, just to give you guys a little bit of background on my experience with glass. I'm 33 now. I've been collecting since I was 19. And I've worked in about 2 head shops. I've got a lot. So just to give you guys my credentials, not because I fucking hate people that brag. I've built a lot of bridges with a lot of different glass blowers. And I got a lot of custom orders under my belt. I've spent a lot of time doing business with people. So I would say that if you were going to ask a question or you had something that you were wondering about, I'm not necessarily the worst place to go. I'll put it like that. I don't know everything. I'm never going to claim to know everything. I am not an exhaustive resource, but everything that I do know, I am happy to share. and the experiences that I've had, if those can help you figure out what you want to do or where to go in your glass collecting time, then hey, I'm happy to share. All right. So now that we said that, we've been hanging out for about 20 minutes now. We just chilling. I will say that not all glass blowers are easy to work with. I've done deals with people where, like, seriously, I've done deals with people where I end up talking to them a couple months later, and I have to tell them because, so this is one particular situation, so I shouldn't rope that in, but there's been situations where I have to tell people, like, you kind of fucked up. And I understand you're an artist, I understand stuff comes up, but if you really want to look at the black and white of things, I paid you exactly what you asked me to pay you. And not only did I get excuse after excuse, we agreed on a certain time, you didn't do that. Then I got what you said you were going to send me, and it wasn't even what I was supposed to fucking get. So Silent Wolf says, I'll always go to you. I appreciate that, brother. And I'm always going to try and help. So I appreciate everybody that comes to me for any kind of advice. I appreciate everyone that has ever asked me for any kind of help. And I will always do my best to help anyone that I can. I just hope that you guys know that I'm going to be honest. So if you send me something and you don't fucking spell check it, and I can hardly read it, you might get an email back saying, what the fuck did you send me? Please send that back in English and I will answer your question. And honestly, I would say the same thing to some of the people that come into the chat and ask me shit. Like, I understand sometimes you're in a hurry and you want to say something, but you know what? Just spend a second looking at what's in your text box before you hit send, because I hate having to decipher shit that's like, I would like to think that the people that follow me are intelligent people and they know how to spell. So all I'm saying is, please, when you're putting something in the chat, just make sure it resembles some English and I can at least decipher it, because if you can't read it, I probably can't read it. Bingus says, I was thinking of a custom dab rig with a whiskey bottle theme. Brother Bingus, I got your back. And if you would like if you would like some recommendations, you just let me know and we will get that handled. Much love to you. I am going to, I think that we're going to take a dab. I got a nice fat dab right here of some Triangle Gelato. And it's being held down to the tool with some chocolate Thai sauce. So that's why I can turn it upside down. It's not going nowhere because it's all fucking cemented to that shit. And also, this one's going to have a hard time probably focusing. So we'll look at it. We'll look at it in a minute after we've taken the dab. That's a really nice tool from Cellini & Company. There's 16 opals inlaid in the handle. Silent Wolf. So I actually got a gram of some chocolate Thai live resin, and it was delicious. Chef Life, I did say chocolate Thai, and it's delicious. I was saving it. It took me a long time to actually dab the whole gram because I wanted to save it, because I was like, fuck, I don't know when the next time I'm actually going to see this shit again. And that's what we're using as the base. That's the cement that's holding down the Triangle Gelato kind of buttery chips. Matt. Absolutely, brother. Let's see, where is it? Bing. only added more. We've only added more art since then, brother. Honestly, I hope one day that you come to California and you can hang out in the new spot that I'm in, and we can chill here in the office, and I can dab you the fuck out. But yes, we still have that signed print. It is up. Absolutely. 10 homies in the chat. This is Glass question and answer night. Chef Life says, fuck, didn't see it at the 559 sesh. Waxter's Lab, fam. Waxter's Lab is who makes all those different flavors. And I gotta admit, I was really impressed with the chocolate Thai. Super duper tasty. High Spy says, shout out to the hand. Absolutely. She will be here in the morning, Miss High Spy. She's going to be going to work in about a half hour. She's going to work, I want to say, like 10:45 to about 6:30. And then she will be coming here in the morning and hanging out. But yeah, that's my lady. And she's been really good to me lately. Well, she's been really good to me overall. I shouldn't say lately. And she's an awesome lady. So yes, much love to her. Cheers to her. And cheers to everybody. You know, much love to everybody hanging out with us. I hope that you guys are all having a good night. I hope that you all have something to smoke on, dab on, drink on, sip on, whatever it is. Now, Brother Bingus, I don't know if you're still here or not, sir, but I would ask you. Oh, okay, it looks like you are. Good deal. So, are you down to take a shot with me? I'm not saying that you have to get on camera, sir. I never want to make you feel like there's any peer pressure. If you would like to join me on camera, you're more than welcome. But I'm just curious if you would like to take a shot with me. I'm about to take a nice fat dab of some triangle gelato, but I got at least one or two more shots left in me. It is 10:16 Cali time. Chef Life says, you know this, let me pour. Come on, Bingus. All right. Brother Bingus says, sure, hit me with the link, brother. Oh, you know I shall, good sir. Give me 1 second, and we will get this handled. We got my brother Bingus about to join us on camera. My very good friend. It's always a pleasure to see him. I think I'm the only guy that he takes shots with. And that makes me feel pretty fucking good. I feel like that's something that I can... All right, Brother Matt. We will be taking one in just a second. I'm going to get my brother Bingus up here, and we're going to take one together, so we'll take one with you. If you're going to pour one in about 30 seconds, then let's fucking go. Chef Life says, picked up some Skittles live rosin from that sesh. White fire. I have some GMO rosin from my very good friends, Blissfully Baked and Phaedra. That shit is fire. We're going to take a nice fat dab of that. We got my brother Bingus. How you doing, good sir? Let's go ahead and add you to the stream. Yeah.
I gotta shut that off. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Hey, what's up?
How are you, my friend?
Good. Good to see you, Mike.
Always good to see you, sir.
Yeah, right on. I happen to have the goose is loose. That's all I can say. As you can see, it's a fairly new bottle, too.
Hey. So, guys, if you got something to smoke on, dab on, drink on, let's go ahead and get it ready. We are pouring shot number 5 with my brother Bingus here. Hanging out, talking about our glass experiences. Now, Brother Bingus, do you have any custom glass experiences that you would like to share with us? Anybody that you have done business with that you would recommend? Anybody that is really impressed with their art, even if you don't own it? Is there anybody whose stuff you look at and you just go?
Honestly, I live vicariously through you, brother Mike. I don't. My bong is rarely cleaned, and it has passed the drop test several times. And
It's a good piece.
It's thick Chinese glass.
Battle hardened. All right. Chef Life says he's on number 3. He's ready when we are. Little brother Matt. Chef Life, hope you guys are all doing great. Thank you so much for joining us. Brother Bingus, thank you so much for joining me on camera, sir. It's always good to see you.
Thank you for inviting me. Cheers.
Well, what I will say is that glass collecting is not always an easy thing. And I have a lot of what I'm sure a lot of people would call cool pieces, but not all of those transactions have gone smoothly. So I will say that as much as I love to collect glass, it's not always a bumpless process. And sometimes you run into some speed bumps. So you just gotta, the more patience you can have, the better. Because artists, to begin with, they're very, we'll go with individual. They're very individual creatures. And, some of them can be a little bit more difficult to deal with than others. But at the end of the day, as long as you can remind them that, hey, you're running a business and I've paid you for something that we've discussed, so maybe you should do your fucking job. If you could say that really nice, maybe without the do your fucking job part, it usually comes out to where, they'll remember. Because here's the thing, as a glass collector, we'll never understand the kind of stress that they're under, because at any given time, especially now that we have access to social media, it would have been one thing before where if you were a glass blower, you might be able to supply to your local head shop, and then you might get some orders here and there from other shops, but that would be only if you were super duper popular. Nowadays, you have access to the entire fucking world through social media. And once you start selling your stuff, if you start representing yourself on that social media like a business, people might expect you to act like a business. And what I will say is that as much as glass blowers are into their craft, not all glass blowers know how to accurately represent themselves professionally as businesses.
That goes not only true for glass blowers, but business in general nowadays.
Oh man,
it's the accountability and responsibility that is required to have fiduciary relationship with a customer. In other words, a trusting relationship is gone. It's been gone. It's been whittled away at ever since the inception of incorporations. Because when you incorporate, you basically lose all personal liability, which means you don't have to give a fuck. Okay? Now, if you have a personal company, you're personally liable, and your handshake actually means something. Okay? So it's been whittled away at well over the last 50 years to what we have now. And accountable and responsible people to do business with is very hard to find. If we went back to a barter type system, let's say, you'd have to actually incorporate good negotiating skills and good human relation skills to actually get people to barter with you.
You would have to represent yourself well in order to be successful. There would actually be a cause and effect to that. And that, I think, Brother Bingus, a big part of that is we have just social media and the internet in general. It's a giant hype machine. And so we have people that can misrepresent themselves and garner a lot of money. You can pay for followings now, and before they catch you and disable your account, you can have 50,000 followers, 100,000 followers, and then all you got to do all you got to do is start up another account and be like, oh man, they deleted me. That horrible Instagram. They're, oh man, the man just keeping me down. Like you didn't pay for most of those fucking followers in the first place. So it's quite a machine that we have to deal with now, Brother Bingus. The whole, not just the internet, but social media in general, because it is quite a machine, and it works in, man, quite a way.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's. I think we're seeing a lot of that stuff eventually going to melt away because there's this thing called trust, and I don't trust. I'm very untrusting when it comes to dealing with anybody. And like for instance, right now, I got I have an older car. I have a 2005 Honda, and it runs fine. But I took it into DEQ, and they told me, no, you need to do this, 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 and this in order to pass DEQ. I'm like, but the smoke, the exhaust test is fine. Yeah, but your emissions are all messed up. So now I have to find somebody that I can trust to fix that. Okay. And here's the thing, you almost have to have a willingness to be screwed to even attempt, because it is a big gamble.
Oh yes.
Okay, so then I started looking, well, fuck, let's go look at new cars, which, fuck, I'm not buying a house. I mean, holy shit, I can't believe the prices on cars nowadays. And so I'm like, well, fuck it, even if it, on the high end of fixing this car, I know what I got, and it's still less than buying a new one. So I'm kind of like, tomorrow, that's what I'm going to be doing. But it's like you have to know how to navigate that issue, which is a transportation issue, in which affects a lot of people, right?
Oh yeah.
So it's like, it's not like the good old days when you could just go down to the auto shop and know damn well you're going to get treated fairly, with respect, with honor, and not get hosed. And the price is going to be pretty much the same anywhere you go. Right? It's not. You're not going to have to go to 3 or 4 or 5 different places to find out. I got one lady. Like, are you the mechanic? No. Like, okay. She wanted $160 before she would even tell me.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, really? So, what about if I decide to get the repairs, will you apply the 160 to the repairs? No.
That's your consulting fee. It's like,
that pays for the KY jelly. Fucking dead burger.
Right? Like, how are you people still open? What the fuck?
I don't know, man.
It's crazy, bro. That's like, I don't know. It's business nowadays. It's a whole different animal.
It's fucked. So I'm going to go roll the dice and see what happens.
I will say some prayers that you get somebody who treats you fairly. I'm going to be honest. I really lucked out here in my own town. There was a mechanic that I ended up going to that treated me very well. There was a situation where I had a tire blow out on me on the freeway, and I had to get my truck towed to a particular mechanic. So I chose that mechanic, and at the time I only had maybe like $150 on me, and it was going to be like $500 to replace the tire and do all the repairs. I told the guy that I could maybe get like 250 for it, but I wouldn't have the rest of it until next week, but I was going to get paid. And if they could do the repairs for me, I would come back and I would pay them. And they did it. They were like, you know what, bro, we'll get your address and your phone number and stuff. We'll do these repairs. Yes, come back, pay us. Those people, that is my mechanic now. Because if you're going to treat me like that, anytime that something goes wrong, of course I'm going to go back there. So what I will say is that when you do run into situations like that where you're treated fairly or you're treated well, don't take that for granted,
No.
Show those people some respect and give them business, because you know what? It's a rare occurrence nowadays, and with the type, I don't know. There's just something with people nowadays. People are just getting shittier. Like, just fuck. You got to be really careful when you're dealing with human beings nowadays. And if someone goes out of their way to treat you well, notice that. Like, do something about that. Don't just be like, wow, that was great, let me go ahead and take advantage. No. Do something about that. Say thank you. Fucking acknowledge the fact that you were treated well, because it doesn't happen all the time. And let me tell you, that little bit of acknowledgement could go a long way.
Got a question from I'm Gay Station. Is there such a thing that would go in between a nectar collector and its tip that allow water to be used? Some sort of one-way valve that lets air in but doesn't let it out?
Thank you, Brother Bingus, because I actually saw that and I had been meaning to get to it, but I just talk a lot. So, Gay Station, sorry about that, fam. He says, why I even ask is I bought one that looks just like my egg style rig that has holes through the glass for diffusion. So I thought this collector could hold water, but it doesn't. Yes, there are definitely nectar collectors that do have perks that you can add water to, fam. There are bubbling nectar collectors that you can buy, but the design is kind of specific. So if you would like to see one like that, please send me a DM and send me a reminder and let me know what it is that you want to see. I see my brother Bingus pouring another shot. I can't leave him hanging. So let me know. Remind me that you want to see a percolating nectar collector, and I will send you artists that make them. I would say in particular, before I pour this shot, if you want to look into an artist that can make you a nectar collector that percolates, my boy, Semi Glass, the guy that's made a bunch of fucking shit for me. He's the one that made the piranha plant rig that I usually smoke out of when I want to take big dabs. He makes nectar collectors that percolate, that have perks in them, that work very, very well. You can turn them either way. It's like it's actually kind of like you basically have to put it a certain way and then blow into it to get the water out. You can turn it either way and the water won't escape, but it percolates and it works very well. So I would say hit him up. So Semi Glass with 2 E's, SEME Glass. If you look him up on Instagram and you go through his feed, you'll actually see percolating nectar collectors on there, because he does make them on a regular basis. I'm sure that he can make something custom for you. And if you tell him that I sent you, he's made me a lot of shit. I'm sure he'll give you, I mean, his prices are good to begin with, but if you tell him I sent you, he'll probably give you a little bit better in price. So just throwing that out there. I'm going to pour a shot so I can take this with my brother Bingus. Brother Bingus, thank you so much for coming and hanging out on my channel. I know that, honestly, this is probably the smallest channel that you hang out on, because normally I see you on Brother Eagle. Yeah, your channel is very substantial. You have a very good subscribership. So I'm probably the smallest guy that you hang out with. And you know what? I take pride in that you actually joined me on camera and we be taking shots with Brother Bingus. Are you guys ready for this? Here we go.
All right. Cheers, everybody.
It's always good to see you. Thank you so much for hanging out.
Hey, my pleasure, brother. You know, you were talking about appreciating your vendors.
You got to try, sir.
And I've been recently getting neck massages because I've had 3 neck surgeries. And I haven't found, I used to go to a young lady that was quite strong. And she did a really good job. But that was years ago, and she's older than I am now, so I don't know if she's even still around. But I found a guy, he's actually from Russia. And I told him, I need somebody strong enough to give me a neck massage. And he goes, all right. So I went in, and it was like $50 for a half hour, which was a reasonable price from what I could see. And man, this guy tore into me. He kept checking, are you okay? I'm like, Excellent. He goes, excellent? Okay. But he'd just go at it again, right? And at the end, I gave him $75, and as a tip, because I appreciated. And I told him, I go, dude, I'll be back. I'll be back. And he goes, he was very appreciative, right? Now, he sent me a receipt for the $50 that went to the company. So round two, right? I go in just a few days ago. He's waiting for me now, right? And we do something a bit different today. I'm like, okay. So we went through it again. Holy fuck, dude, this guy made me feel 20 years younger. Again, $75. But I said, Boris, I don't need a receipt. He goes, duh. So, because these guys can only make as much money as they can put their hands on, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so I gave maximum appreciation.
But building bridges, right? It's a mutual thing. It's not, and it keeps going. That wasn't just one transaction. Now there's a business relationship, and Boris is your guy, and
yeah, absolutely.
He treats you good every time. You treat him good every time. It's a mutual situation. It's a symbiosis.
Yeah. Got Red Pill in the chat. What's up, Red? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah.
When you find good business, treat it well, because good business is not everywhere nowadays. Good business is getting harder to find. So when you can find it, appreciate it. Even the smallest of appreciation goes a really long way with people that, that's how they make their money. That's how they pay their bills, is by providing you with the service or providing you with a certain thing. So when they go above and beyond, and they actually show that they're worth a little bit extra, give them a little bit extra. Because, that's how you build, again, that's how you build good bridges. That's how you build strong bonds with a business. And that's how you become a regular. Like, seriously, I've really surprised a lot of people that know me in my personal life. Like my lady, the Hand. That's what she's become known as on Instagram. So, Brother Bingus, my girlfriend, she's become known as the Hand because she doesn't really like to be on camera. So I'll still make her take shots and stuff, but I will make her present her hand in the shot glass as we're going to take. So everyone kind of knows her as the Hand. And she'll attest to this. You have to treat everybody the same. And when you go somewhere, like me, when I go to the store with her, neither one of us wears a mask, and she gets really weirded out about that. But all the stores that I go to, I've been going to for years, so it doesn't matter. The checkers at the counter, the fucking security guards, I say hello to them as I walk in with no mask, and they're like, "Hey, how you doing, sir?" Because they've been seeing me for years, and they understand. I'm not going to make anybody's life harder. I'm not going to go into the middle of the store and be like, "Oh, you motherfuckers wearing the mask are part of the problem." I'm going to get my groceries, I'm going to pay for them, and then I'm going to leave. I'm not going to do anything that I haven't been doing for the last fucking 8 or 9 years that I've been shopping there. And it's crazy because people trip out. And as I'm getting out of my truck, they're like, "You're not wearing a mask?" I'm like, you know what? Just don't worry about it. Just come in. Let's get our shit. And it trips everybody out every time. But that's the thing. When you do good business, people understand. And so all the checkers that I talk to, they all say hello. They're very cordial with me. Nobody ever says like, "Hey, where's your mask?" But what I will say is, people that don't know you, businesses that don't know you, people get really fucking weirded out about that. I went to go do my taxes not that long ago. These are people that I don't deal with normally. I knew somebody was going to say something. So I wore a little like neck thing that I could pull up if I really had to. Not an official mask, but something that I could breathe through real easy that I could just pull up if somebody bitched about it. I was in there for about 10 minutes before somebody walked by that wasn't even dealing with me. They were actually going to their own little fucking cubicle, and they tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Hey, sir, just wanted to let you know you might want to wear a mask while you're in here." And again, I'm not there to make anybody's life harder. I'm not going to stand up and give this guy a fucking speech or anything. That's the whole reason why I wore this in the first place, is because I wanted to see
Yeah.
Who is gonna bitch about it? So as soon as somebody did, boom, it goes up. But you know what I will say is that when it comes down to having built bridges, having built the respect with people, it does make a difference. And you can tell in everyday life, because when you deal with somebody for the first time versus when you deal with somebody for like the 10,000th time, it's very different. Very different.
Yeah, I wish I could. I'm There's too much controversy where I live. If I go into a store, where my son works for FedEx, so I have a FedEx Max, which I notice really parts the waves in a lot of places because it's like you're a frontline guy, you know. And but I just go in and out. I don't try to. I don't want to make any waves. I don't want to be noticed. That's another reason why I don't want to get a new car. I was like, nah, dude, I like the gray, dirty Honda, right? That has another 10 years in her at least.
Brother Bingus likes to fly under the radar.
I do, man. I don't want to be noticed. I really don't. Because, I don't know, you get nowadays, like all these guys that want to come into America from other countries, I'm like, you don't know what you're getting into. You know, you think this is the land of the home of the brave and the free, and it's not, dude. It's the land of this home of the scams, and you're just fresh meat, man. So be careful, you know, because you're gonna get took.
Yep, you gotta watch out. Donna K, unfortunately, we did not start this stream to discuss stuff that is going on in India. We started it to discuss glass stuff. So if you have a glass question, I'm more than happy to discuss that. We were discussing business a little bit earlier, and I did divulge. We kind of took a left turn, and we were talking about like grocery stores and shit, just to talk about customer service and whatnot. But I'm going to be totally honest with you. We're not going to divulge super duper far. Like I don't know if we're going to talk about what's going on in India. Love you to death. Thank you very much for supporting the channel, but I'm all good on that for tonight. Doug says, what happens when they say, sir, come back with a mask, then you come back wearing a ski mask? Dude, that's what I do. The little neck thing that I has, it's a skull that's smiling. So I look like, if somebody makes me come back wearing something, I look like I'm about to rob that motherfucker. That's exactly what I think should happen. You're gonna make me wear a mask? Okay, that's just gonna make it easier for me to pull a gun on you when I get to the register. Thanks for reminding me. I forgot it in the car. And of course, I would never do that. That's just what I think sometimes in my head. Gay Station says, I'm on the total opposite of this conversation. I'm not going to hate that gators aren't blocking anything. That's the point. I don't give a shit. It's just something that I can pull over my mouth because I know that all of these fucking idiots just want to see something over my mouth and my nose. That's the exact reason that I wear it. So I'm probably one of those people that would piss you off, Gay Station, because I know exactly what I'm doing. That's why I picked that fucking thing to wear. Fuck a mask. I'm not sick, motherfucker. If I was, I wouldn't go out.
Yeah.
I need to get another soda. I'll be right back. We chilling with my brother Bingus. Thank you so much for joining me, sir. It's always good to see you.
Oh, no problem, man. Good to be here. Cheers, everybody in the chat. I mean, I don't subscribe to any of the political crap, quite frankly, at all. I mean, why do I have to stay home just because you're scared? You know, why? How about, you know, the people that are scared? How about you guys stay home? Stay in your house indefinitely. In fact, you know, you wear a mask. You socially distance yourself from me. Right? You avoid restaurants. You avoid sports. You stay off the roads. You avoid pubs. You know, avoid
Amazon and Uber Eats. You scared motherfuckers don't have to leave your house for anything. You can literally buy toothpaste and toilet paper from Amazon and then get Uber Eats and get some fucking Denny's or some Jack in the Box. If you're that scared, don't go anywhere. Leave the rest of the regular world for us, and we'll fucking inhabit the shit. But you literally don't even have to leave the house if you're that fucking worried about it. Seriously, Amazon, Uber Eats, go download those apps and you fucking are set. Then you can leave the rest of us regular motherfuckers alone.
I'm pretty healthy.
I'm pretty sure my immune system can do what it's been doing my entire life, brother, which is help me fight off diseases. So I don't, it's working pretty good. I'm not sick. I haven't passed anything off to anybody else, and I haven't worn a mask since this fucking thing started. And I've been saying that every time I go live and this subject comes up. So if it was that bad, I should be dead. If it was that bad, I should be dead. And I'm not.
This is the mask I wear.
Right? I'm still here talking shit. So, I should be dead by anybody else's standards, but I'm still here. Again, talking shit. High Spy says you can even shop at Walmart and have it delivered from Instacart. I still go to Walmart. So basically, I pull it up, and as I'm walking into the store looking at the motherfucker, I pull it down just to see if he's going to say anything, and nobody ever does. And then I go and I get my shit and I pay for it and I leave. And everybody's cool because I still spend my money there. So I don't fucking understand. Darian, what I'll say about no, I can't. We're not going to talk about the vaccine because we're here to talk about glass. Glass, motherfucker. This is glass Q&A. Glass Q&A, not COVID Q&A. We're not going to talk about that all night. I love you guys, but we're good. Let's see. Gay Station says, I noticed that you have many different styles of carb cap holders. What do you think the best type is and which ones are crap? So, fam, what it comes down to is how long the nose is on your bubble cap. Because let's say, and the company that I will talk about specifically is Bubble Cap Donuts. When you order from Bubble Cap Donuts, you have to know specifically exactly how long the nose is on your bubble cap, because depending on the style of bubble cap donut that you order, not all of the noses, depending on how long it is. Let's say it's kind of long, it's not going to fit in there flush. So there are times when shit like that matters, but 99% of the time, it's not going to matter. What's going to matter is the joint size that you want. Do you want it to be more of like a 14 millimeter or an 18 millimeter so it has a little bit more room? If you can decide on that, then they can make you whatever you want. And Brother Bingus, I apologize. I'm going to move the camera for just a second. So there's going to be a tiny little bit of vertigo here because we're going to swoop around. So we got this bubble cap holder right here actually has two different sizes. So right here on the edges, we have an 18 millimeter. And then as you go in, there's a 14 millimeter. And then the three on the inside are 14. The two on the outside are 18. So what you do run into is there's some bubble caps that will fit better in the 18 millimeter because they're a little bit bigger. So what I would suggest is if you do get a holder and somebody asks you what size in particular you want, 18 is the good size, whether it's 14 or 18, because at least then you're erring on the side of caution. And a 14, because look, they both fit perfect. But at least with the 18 millimeter, you have a little bit more room if you need it. So what I would suggest is no matter what you go with, if somebody asks you what particular size you want for the joints, if they give you that option, go with 18 millimeter. And Brother Bingus, thank you for animating that for me. I really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and take a nice fat dab. We chilling with my brother Bingus, answering some glass questions. Hope you guys are all having a good night. 12 homies in the chat. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm thinking all kinds of dab glass themes, like the Joker theme or the eyeball theme. Just the eyeball, right? I mean,
Smiling Joker would be a good one for me, brother. Absolutely. I can already see a piece with like a marble with a good smiling Joker in it on there. That would be dope. Kevin Chief says, damn. Thug Doug says, time for some smoke. Let's get it, fam.
Right on. I agree totally. Wholeheartedly. I don't have any dabs, so I'm going to smoke bong rips.
Oh, no worries, brother.
I have some of my biggest smile.
we're just happy to have you on camera. Much love to my brother Bingus. We have 2 reviews of some rosin that he sent me actually on my channel. If you want to go check that out, brother Bingus always doing little peeks into his garden. He's also a regular member of Talking Shit with Eagle. If you want to go check out that live stream, they do it every single night. And that is basically like a grower's paradise. If you're growing some weed, there's probably some information going down over there that you want to hear about. And they do that shit again every single night. And I will vouch for Brother Eagle. He's cool fucking people. I like that guy. I hope that one day I can join him again on his channel. I know that he does the wormhole, but I'm going to be totally honest. I don't really fit in with a bunch of growers, and I don't really think that I would do well on a panel with a bunch of fucking people and Brother Eagle. So it's just, that's how it is. If there's ever a night where it's just him, I might hop on. But most of the time, that doesn't happen, and he's able to fill that shit out pretty much the whole night. So if it ever does come up, I'll try and hang out. But I don't think you guys will probably see me again unless he asks for me. Let's see. Gay Station says, I'm trying to make my own wood cap holder like that. Well, you're more than welcome to, fam. But if you ever want to just order one and have one made, there's a lot of different custom options, and I am happy to recommend the people that made what I have. So again, you're more than welcome to try and do it yourself. But if you would like to invest in the stuff that I have invested in, just let me know, and I will hook you up with those people, brother. Much love to you, and I hope that if you do make one, that you send me some DMs so I can see how it came out. I want to see how that cap holder comes out, fam. All right, we're gonna do right side down. We got my brother Bingus on camera.
You're always welcome. You're always welcome in the wormhole, by the way. It's not always about growing, brother. We have conversations just like what we're having, you and I are having right now, about all kinds of different subjects. It's talking fucking shit actually with Eagle. Eagle Gardens on YouTube. It's a great place to hang out, as well as hanging out with Dead Cynic here. Brother Mike has been around longer than I have, quite frankly, and I enjoy the Master Dead Cynic. Dude, there's not many people that you can go live with and have the type of rapport that you get with Brother Mike. You got to understand timing a little bit. Probably you might have to drink a shot or two and take a dab, but
one or two.
it's well worthwhile. Well worthwhile. Cheers, my friends. In the chat room, thank you for joining us tonight as I'm slowly getting stoned and inebriated at the same time, mind you.
I love my brother Bingus, and that's one thing. That's a story that I'm actually very proud to tell to this day, is that I helped Brother Bingus be comfortable enough to start going live on his own and start showing his face. And that's one thing that he credits me for to this day. And that shit humbles the fuck out of me, because I don't think very highly of myself. So to hear people like Brother Bingus, and that's the thing, is I have a fucking Instagram post of this that I did a couple weeks ago, because Brother Bingus and Brother Eagle were live, and I came in and they had just been talking about me. And they spent a minute or two just being like, hey, Dead Cynic. I'm not used to that shit. So I actually recorded that and I posted it up on my Instagram.
Hey, Red Pill was in the wormhole the other night. Monday night is always the wormhole. And he plugged your channel too with the paranormal session, which I missed. I don't know how I missed that, but Red Pill is a frequent panelist on Talking Fucking Shit with Eagle, and he's a big fan of Dead Cynic. So I mean, I'm sure he would agree. You're more than welcome in any Red, dude. Because Red Pill and we get into fucking deep ass conversation. It's not about cannabis. When we get into breeding, sometimes it gets a little crazy. But Red Pill's he's an intellectual fucking genius, really. So I mean, you know, I'm sure he'll give you the red light or the green light or the red pill, even.
Well, shit, if he's an intellectual genius and he went on to somebody else's stream and recommended my shit, I'm pretty happy about that. So, Red Pill, if you're here, cheers, fam. Fuck yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you to anybody that recommends my content to anybody else. You guys rock. I will do my best to deserve such recommendations, and I will be here for as long as I can, and we will be doing this for as long as possible. And we're going to be hanging out, having fun, taking shots, taking dabs, giving people that information for as long as possible.
If Red isn't here, he's over at Eagle fucking talking shit right now. I'll guarantee it.
That's right.
There's only a few places, at least in my humble opinion, that I enjoy hanging out, and that's just saying. I'm not trying to blow too much smoke up your ass, but it's just comfortable, man. We've known each other for several years now, and I miss Treehouse Boys. I'll be honest.
They're still doing their thing. What happened is they got into extraction, and now they're just super busy out there in Oklahoma because it's legal.
Oh, fuck. That's right.
So what happened was Stoney and his brother, because him and his family had always been growing anyway to begin with.
Right.
They just really were able to embrace what they do. And Cuddy, because he's part of the family, he started getting into extracting with them. So on top of the growing, now there's, and now they don't just extract their own stuff. People come to Treehouse to get their shit run. So they're doing very well for themselves. They're having a blast out there in Oklahoma.
Dude, we should do a Dead Cynic Treehouse reunion.
And much love to the brothers out in the treehouse. And it's just so that's kind of the sad thing, Brother Bing, is as much as I would love to say that the community is what it was when we started, but it's not.
No,
it's not. And there's a lot of people missing. There's a lot of people that went and did their own stuff, and much love to them. And I will say it without regret, because I'm sure that none of them have ever had anything good to say about me. So we'll just get it on camera. 11 homies in the chat. Much love to Betty Crocker Bakes, and much success. Much love and much success to Jackie 420. I hope that Benny Loco and whoever the fuck that she's with, they do well and they're successful. Much love to all of those people. And I hope that they can keep me out of their fucking mouth, except for to say congratulations, just like I'm doing, because I'm not going to speak negative on them. I'm just going to say I hope that they're doing well. So unless they have the same to say about me, I hope that they keep their fucking mouth shut. And I'm gonna pour one more shot, because I don't want to get too schwifty on stream. But we hanging out with my brother Bingus, and he's definitely.
Which you can't. One thing for sure on YouTube is you're not going to please everybody.
No,
I don't even try anymore. I really don't. I mean, some of the people you mentioned, I still am friendly with,
which is totally cool.
That's my point. Is it doesn't really matter anymore. Nope. In the old days, it was way different.
So Brother Bingus, I don't think that you were here, but there was a stream where I actually apologized to the Haynips, because there was a time where they were hanging out with me on a regular basis.
Yeah.
We would do a Dead Cynic stream, they were fucking on it. And then when we split from a certain individual, they chose sides and they went a different way. And then they came in later into live streams that I was doing and tried to apologize. And I should have accepted their apology, but I jabbed at them a little bit and I was like, I told you, motherfuckers. And I gave it to them a little bit. And so they don't really come around very often anymore.
I think I heard that they broke up, actually.
But much love and success to them, no matter what they do. But yeah, there's shit like that happens, that I kind of chuckle about, because I'm gonna be totally honest, the fucking subscribership of one channel to my shit isn't going to make or break me, but it definitely it sucks when you build bridges with people and when all of a sudden that shit just goes away and you're like, dude, what happened? So the internet And social media is a crazy place, and you gotta be really careful, and you gotta kind of guard yourself when you're doing the content creator thing. It's different. And well, I'm going to say this right off the bat. It's different if you're a content creator than if you're a content consumer, because a content consumer is never going to put their face on camera. And there's a difference. There's a difference. If you actually make yourself accessible and you put your face on here and you make yourself again accessible to the public, there's a difference. And what I will say to those of you that have been content consumers and you've never been a content creator, there's a certain aspect of what we're talking about and what we're doing that you're never going to understand, because it's it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing to put your life on display and to be someone that is here, especially on a regular basis, because my shit on my channel says new content weekly. And even if I don't put out a video, I try and at least do a live stream once a week. And so to share yourself that much with a public that you've never met in person, I will tell you, if you've never done it before, it's not an easy thing. So I will just say I give a lot of credit to my fellow content creators out there. And even if I don't agree with them, even if we have gone our separate ways, I still respect what they do, and I wish the best for them. So I don't wish bad on anybody. I wish success for everyone, and especially for myself, because the best form of fucking revenge is success. So best thing that I could do is be successful and stunt on those motherfuckers and be like, yeah, what? But anyway, Gay Station says, I had previously heard that this treehouse isn't the same as the one in Cali, and it wasn't supposed to open up, but now it's open, so I don't know what the deal is. Gay Station, no, it's very different. Treehouse, because there's Treehouse Glass, and then there's Treehouse Productions, which is who I'm talking about. And so if you look up Treehouse Productions on Instagram, there's going to be a logo of a basset hound. Those are my boys. There's Treehouse Glass, and then there's probably like Treehouse Extracts or fucking something. Treehouse is a pretty popular name, but what I'm talking about is my boys, Treehouse Productions, who I know very specifically, and if you look them up, there's going to be certain things that come up. So that's what I'll say about that, Gay Station, but thank you for making that clarification, because that's a really good point that we should also throw out to people, is that even with our names, there's a possibility that there's multiple dead Cynics. I don't think that there's other Binguses, but it's possible that there's other dead Cynics. So you have to make sure that you're looking at what it is that you're following, and you got to pay attention to that shit on some level. So, Gay Station, thank you for asking for the clarification. That is always nice. Keepin' Chief says, I love my content. It allows me to brag. Well, Keepin' Chief, as long as you're putting out good content, then definitely I would say brag away. Because if not, I bet your comments are disabled. Thug Doug says, right, because you never know who's on the other side of the screen. Bunch of keyboard warriors, Thug Doug. I gotta say, sometimes I really don't give a fuck. But he also says, some have bad intent. You seem to not attract those type, I've noticed, for the most part. Oh, Thug Doug. Oh, my dear Thug Doug. That's because we're here now. The early days, oh, there was plenty of trolls. There was plenty of haters. And even in the regular community, when the Dad Pack was bigger, when we had more members and we were doing live streams with involving more people, yeah, the drama got knee deep, son. So you do have to be careful who you associate with, and that's actually why the Dad Pack got smaller, is because we eventually understood that there were certain people that were toxic to the environment. And I'm going to say those people are even popular to this day, but that doesn't mean that they're good people, because I did a whole fucking deep dive on Dabbing Granny, and you could think that she's awesome. She still has like she has like 1 million followers still. But if you watch the deep dive that I did on her and that fucking website that she tried to put out, you will see that she is not looking out for your best interests, And as far as being a content creator, she's somebody that is in it to make money. She's not in it so that she can provide something to the community. She's in it so that she can get your money somehow. And let me tell you, you guys give it to her. Hand over foot. That bitch is successful as fuck. And I don't know how the website is doing now. I'm pretty sure that it is not operational. But you know what? I'm sure that she's got some gimmick going. And all I would say is, if you haven't seen it, go check out that deep dive that I did on Dab and Granny. And if you're curious as to what the thumbnail might look like, it's actually the Wicked Witch from Snow White. You know, the one that gave her the poison apple that looked like a crazy old hag. Look for that thumbnail. That's the deep dive on Dab and Granny. Brother Bingus!
Cheers, buddy. Sorry,
I've been lagging.
We had a comment from Mighty and Dabs. It says, much love from Germany, where dabbing is mostly unknown and weed is illegal. I'm one of the filthy few in this meeting. Guys like you are helping to spread the word around the world. Thank you. Thank you, Mighty Dabs, for being here, brother.
Yes, Mighty and Dabs is the homie from Germany that has been reaching out to me. We actually have an online correspondence going. He's been asking me questions about stuff, and I've been trying to answer to the best of my ability. That is what I love about being a content creator on an educational level, is that I accepted a long time ago that this is not going to be a job, this is going to be a hobby, but I still want to educate people. So it's awesome when people from around the world hit me up and are like, yo, thank you. And Mighty and Dabs is one of those people. And that's the thing, is it's not just from around the world. That's how I got, I don't know if all of you will know this person, but some of you will know. On Instagram, his name is Dabstone. But that's how I got involved with Brother David, is because he just started the content. He liked the glass collecting, and we started talking, started doing live streams, and he got into glass collecting himself. So it's really neat to inspire a passion for glass in other people. It's really neat. That's not what I was going to say. That's just a burp. It's really neat to be able to have these kinds of conversations with people and to open up the dialogue, because what I've seen in my experience is that most people, when they ask questions, they end up asking a glass snob. And so that person will look down on them for not knowing. And by the time they get done answering the question, the person that they are answering is just like, well, fuck, I never want to ask a question about glass again. Fuck these people. Not everybody that collects glass is an asshole. And not everybody that has expensive glass is just like, oh, you smoke out of this. And like, there are those of us that actually do want to teach. And that's what I've tried to put across in my own YouTube channel, is I've tried to make it an educational channel where we teach people about stuff that they might have questions about. And what I think is really cool is that as a content creator, my fucking channel. So if we want to talk about ghosts and goblins and do a paranormal night, we could do that. If we want to talk about how the government might be fucking us and do a conspiracy theory night, we could do that. And I really appreciate the fact that I don't need to make money on this platform to be able to enjoy it. And I accepted that a long time ago. And Brother Bingus, I'm sorry, if you have anything that you want to say, please tell me, hey Mike, can you shut up for a second? And I will. But I'm
in agreement.
I was just emptying out my brain for a second, and it doesn't look like anybody's really disagreeing with me. But that's one thing that I appreciate about having this medium, is that we're able to talk about whatever the fuck we want. And yes, maybe my channel isn't monetized, but you know what? I kind of say that proudly. And because of that, again, I could talk about whatever the fuck I want. And I can have whoever the fuck I want on my channel. Brother Bingus, he could talk about whatever the fuck he wants, because it's not even his channel. It's my channel. And I don't give a fuck. So he could say whatever he wanted, and it would be totally cool. And that's what I love about having this medium, is that I think that people take it for granted a lot, and they don't really understand the freedom that we have. I think that it's just about people get stuck on how do I make money off of this? Where it is, I got stuck on it's amazing that I can communicate to this many people and I can say whatever I want. And we're doing it live right now. And we have 8 people here chilling with us. And we've been doing it for an hour and 20 minutes. And, it's that's one thing that still fucking boggles my mind is the fact that there's a place, YouTube, that gives anybody a fucking platform. If you make a channel and you get 1,000 subscribers, then you can go live and you can talk about whatever the fuck you want. And all I have to say is if people don't take that seriously and they don't actually appreciate that, I don't this is your platform to the fucking world. So if you actually have something to say, then put some work into some content, get 1,000 subscribers, and give yourself that window to talk to people. Because one thing that I will say is that as someone that researches where we come from, what's going on in the world, and just to give you guys some background, there's 2 bookshelves that were made by my late grandfather, rest in peace, Grandpa. And there's quite a bit of books in there that are dedicated to study of ancient history. Then we have the bookcase that's behind me where where's the fucking hand? There we go. First 2 shelves are dedicated to books. That's DVDs right there. And then that one right there is video games. I'm not even going to lie. But the first 2, those are books. I read a lot. And
I was just going to say that the biggest benefit of YouTube is its networking capabilities. Okay, if you do go live, if you are willing to put yourself out there, and you're going to intersect with somebody, right? I mean, personally, it's led me to be co-host of a grow show. It's got me a job as a breeder at a hemp farm. All right. It's opened up marketing opportunities for several of the things that I do because of the networking capabilities, getting to know others, and making a good representation of yourself. Okay. And that attracts like-minded individuals that suddenly you turn in acquaintance into, mutual endeavors that end up helping you out monetarily. And you're not making money from YouTube, you're making money from what YouTube offers, and that's the whole world. All right, the whole world is your oyster if you look at it properly. I try not to get involved in the drama aspect of YouTube or the clickiness of YouTube, and put out content that others can recognize as quality. All right. And when I do go live, it's only with certain people that I agree with, number one, and that have credibility in my eyes, number 2. All right. And that way they're like-minded individuals. I'm not misplacing my energy somewhere that's not going to, balance or give back to the situation. So there's a lot of positive things on YouTube. What we sometimes forget, I think, is that we are renting space. Okay, it's like, and YouTube is, if you do decide to go into business with YouTube and trade money with them, you are at their will, and they can take you off at any time. They can do that even with someone that doesn't have, business with them.
It's their marketplace.
Exactly. It's their house. We're guests. And if you treat it that way, you'll find that things go pretty smooth.
And so one thing that I'll say, brother, is I'm not monetized, but I've never had any trouble posting. I don't get struck often. I don't have copyright bullshit or anything like that going on. Nobody really bothers me. I'm in my own little bubble, and maybe I don't make any money, but you know what? Nobody tries to take my shit down either. So I don't really make waves. And what I will say is, because of that, I'm able to post my content. I'm very grateful to have the platform because, like I was saying earlier, this is a platform to the whole world.
Yeah.
And to be able to, put a let's talk, like, let me tell you how to pick a dab rig. And some of those videos, brother, we're going on like 50, 60K views. And I'm amazed that I could even get like 1,000 on a video. So it's crazy that many people watch a video. And like the comments, I get some shitty ass comments, but you know what? I get a lot of comments that are like, bruh, thank you for talking about this. Thank you for helping me. I've been looking for a video like that. Shit humbles the fuck out of me. And that's one of the reasons why I think a lot of us make videos, is because we want to help people, we want to educate people, and that's what's important. That's what we try and put across. And I just hope that with my page, that's what I've done. And it seems like that is what has come across. And I'm just glad for everybody that hangs out. Just like my brother Bingus, I'm glad that he's here because I know that his time is valuable. And for him to come and hang out on my channel, well, I appreciate that. So just to have him here on camera with me, shit. Appreciate it, brother.
Pleasure, man. Chef Life, I love the new light, man. It the beautiful thing about Spider Farmer LED lamps is you get very comparable quality to the more expensive lights for half the price. And I like the biggest bang for the buck, and that's why I've chosen to, sponsor up with them. They are a sponsor of mine. And they have great service too, brother, because they're in every country. I mean, they're not. You don't have to buy them from anywhere other than the United States or wherever you're located in the world. So there's no shipping issues. But yeah, I'll be putting out more videos about the garden. Doing a lot of breeding projects, bro. I'm trying to get new strains developed. And I got some really good stuff coming up, so stay tuned.
I can't wait to see what you're breeding, brother. High Spy was talking about some stuff. What I would say is you could definitely look into different theories. I would say look into bubbles in space. Bubbles in space is a good place to start. But as far as what Miss High Spy is saying, you got to be careful. And what I will say is, if you really go back to and I really got to take a leak. I've been tapping my fucking foot for a minute here, but if we're going back to the beginning of NASA, that actually goes back to the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL. That was started by Jack Parsons. And if you get into the history of Jack Parsons was a pagan. And he did a lot of sketchy shit before he would fucking fly those missiles out in the middle of the desert. And he actually got together with Aleister Crowley, if I'm not mistaken, at one point. They did some work out in the desert. And if I am mistaken, it's because he got together with L. Ron Hubbard, who was the founder of the Church of Scientology. So if it wasn't Jack Parsons that he did that with out in the desert, then it was L. Ron Hubbard. But it was one of those motherfuckers. And they did something called the Amelantra working. And they actually summoned a being, supposedly, theoretically, and supposedly. They summoned a being who stepped through a portal whose name was Lamb. And what's really weird about this being named Lamb is that if you look it up, it looks exactly like alien grays. It looks exactly like what we would call an alien gray. So all I'm going to say is you got to be careful when it comes to stuff like NASA and all that kind of shit. And I need to take a leak real quick, but we're going to be back in just a second. We got my brother Bingus. Brother Bingus, please, if you don't mind, hold down the stream for me.
Sure.
Just a second. I will return it.
Okay. We got Chef Life in the chat. We got High Spy, Thug, Doug. Good to see you all. Thanks for being here. I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm doing. I got the DJ Short Blueberry. Wow, nice strain, man. And I just crossed it with the Hog, which is another award-winning strain. Won the High Times Cup in 2002. And I just crossed it with the Blueberry. I have one sprout right now I'm looking at. I got the New York City Diesel. Stinky stuff, brother. I just put a double white cheese into bud, another excellent strain. So I'm working on a lot of new stuff, man. But I like hanging out with Mike, one of the original OGs. Everybody wants to see the new dab mat, Mike. Can you show us a new dab mat?
Absolutely, brother. First thing that I would like to do
the apple farm
is, because this is my brother Bingus's favorite rig, I got to at least put this on display. This is my toxic apple, and so what's really cool about this, the artist that made this, Grind Glass, this is up to this point, this was the only poison apple that he made with slime. Up to this point, he had made other poison apples, but they were all accented with like a pea soup green. I was the only person to ask him to accent them in slime. And so the only other slime apples that he's done have been collabs. So the only slime apple that he's ever done by himself is this one right here. And I have it. And I've actually been wanting to tell Brother Bingus this, so I'm glad that I got him on a live stream right now. I recently paid him to make me another one.
Oh, wait.
And this one is going to have a wider base. It's going to be clear, so you can actually see the bubbles in it. And the red is going to be sparkly. So it's going to be like a sparkly red with that same toxic drip with the skull. And it's going to be dope as fuck. But I know that Brother Bingus, he really enjoys this piece. So
that's the original. That's the original.
I was excited to tell him about the new one.
I can't wait to see it, bro.
It's been paid off, so now I'm just waiting for it to get made and to get sent out. But so literally what I asked him for was the difference was this apple is a very good apple shape, but I wanted one where we could put a substantial amount of water in that would chug, because I want some chug to my rig. And this one, because it's kind of like an inverted triangle, the least amount of water is at the bottom. And so as beautiful as it is, I wish that it functioned a little bit differently. So this one is always going to be in the collection. And this is the first ever poison apple he ever made with slime. But the second, and so what's really cool is that he made that one, and then he did a collab with a guy, and he made two other ones with slime. The only two apples that he's made with slime by himself, I am going to own. The other ones he's done as a collab.
So it's a different type of apple. It's more of a round apple.
It is, brother. And I'm looking forward to getting it in. And it's gonna be a live stream. We're gonna take a nice fat dab out of it. I hope that you can join us. But yes, there's a new poison apple that we're gonna add to the collection. That's always been one of my favorites aesthetically. Like, it looks amazing. So I actually have wanted him to make me another one for a while. I just have been meaning to get other shit out of the way. So I wanted to get like the piranha plant done and the toxic oil barrel and all that kind of stuff. Now that I've done that, we came back to Brother Grime. He gave me a really good price on one, so we're having that made. It's been paid off, so I'm just waiting for it. I can't wait to show you, Brother Bingus.
I can't wait to see it, bro.
All right, we're an hour and a half in. It is 11:23 Cali time. We got my Brother Bingus on camera with us. Much love to Brother Bingus. We got 7 homies in the chat. This is Glass Q&A. Chef Life asking for a discount code. Brother Bingus saying it's my motherfucking name.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much of a discount, but if you in the notes section of the order put Bingus or Bingus sent me, and they will Andy will recognize that and give you a small discount. It'll probably take care of your shipping if there's even if there is any. I mean, no, but you'll get a small discount.
Something's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Much love to Brother Bingus for even having a discount code for you to use.
Yeah, I don't run CO2, brother, at all. I never have. I run a lot of air in my chamber. I don't have a sealed chamber, so I don't do CO2.
All right, so this is what I was going to show you guys a little bit earlier. Sorry for the vertigo. Let's see if we can get this camera to focus.
Oh, that's cool.
This is the new dabber that I bought from Cellini and Company. This is a quilt pattern dabber that I bought out of curly maple, and it has 16 opals inlaid in the handle.
Very nice.
It's a beautiful dabber.
I actually have to look away from it to make it look like I'm looking at it, but I really like it.
And a nice little brass ring in the middle, but yeah, those opals, they bling hard.
Beautiful.
It's a great little tool.
Beautiful.
Fat little paddle right there.
It's a dab shovel with a wooden handle with opals in it. Yeah.
It's a beautiful piece, brother.
That's
all right.
cool.
So let's take a nice fat dab. I think that we will probably stay on for about 2 hours, and then we'll check out. So we're about 24 minutes?
I'll be here for another 10 minutes, actually.
No worries, brother. Hang out as long as you want to. Hey,
since I'm looking at the clock here, I have to, just before my lights go out, I have to turn off a few things.
We appreciate you coming through. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Taking shots like an OG. We're going to take a nice fat dab. I think we're going to do that of... Yeah, that's not what I was going to say. That's just we're going to...
Go ahead.
Oh, my bad, brother. We're going to pack some of this GMO live rosin. Let's see if we can... Actually, you know what? I just need to turn the camera. I need to stop fucking around. It's going to be a little bit of vertigo, but that'll be all right. So we got some live rosin GMO right there.
Yeah. Nice.
So we're going to pack a nice little dab of that. And we're going to say arrivederci, good night, much love to everybody. And we're going to close with that. Nice fat dab of this GMO.
I was just going to tell Chef Life that I still like HLG lights. I do. Okay. They're a very good light. It's just that they're twice the money. Okay. And they have issues sometimes with customer service, and just they're not as convenient for me to use as the Spider Farmer. Spider Farmer, I get shipped immediately. It's almost like 2-day shipping. If I have a problem, they don't just replace, they just send you a new light. All right, they don't fuck around. And it's because they're so big. They're huge. They're worldwide. And that's why I kind of sided with them, because anytime I ask for anything, they give it to me. And I really like their lights. I rocked the SF4000 and the 7000 right next to the HLG 550s, and there's absolutely no difference that I can notice.
So, brother, not only is it a decent quality, but they take care of their customer too. That's a big deal.
It is. It's huge. So you take the word China out of the equation, and they're fucking. I mean, there are good people in China that do good shit, and I can say that. I don't personally have agendas with.
One of the best arguments that I can make, brother, was there was a company that I bought from, and they're not active anymore. It was the Banger Store, and they made a particular type of banger that I did a review of, and I remember when I posted it on Instagram, I think it was Bell Bottom Bangers. The first person that had made them was Joel Halen, and Joel Halen actually ended up commenting on my post talking shit, like, enjoy that fucking kiln dust or something like that. And what I thought was really neat was that the owner of the banger store responded and was like, the funny thing about your comment is that I actually flew to China and I met the people that I'm doing business with and I saw the conditions in their shop. That's one of the reasons why I do business with them. Some of the shops that I've seen in here in the U.S., they are as bad, if not worse, than some of the shops that you'll find in China. No ventilation, little ventilation. Like they do the same kind of shit. It's really just about what you want to be nitpicky on. So what it really comes down to is, do they take their shit seriously and do they put out quality? And I respect that, because I've made videos on that kind of shit. Like, is it bad just because it's not American? And the answer is no. One thing that I will say about China Glass is that they've earned their reputation for putting out shit, because they put out a lot of shit.
They do.
But if you actually are willing to sift through some of that, there are some good glass blowers in that community that make some really quality products that I have in my collection to this day. I have China pieces, and I actually have China pieces that are reproduction of American pieces that are 10 times the price. And I would say that they work just as well, which is fucking crazy. But at the same time, that just shows you what happens in the society is that your name gets overhyped, and all of a sudden your art is, well, if you're willing to sell it for that much, because that's the thing is that there's people, let's say you have an auction and a piece goes for a really high price. There's people that are just like, wow, that's awesome that piece went for that much. There's other people that will say, that's how much I can sell that piece for. And they'll just set the price at $10,000 for that recycler, even though the last time they made it was for some kind of fundraiser function and there was an auction on it, and it just happened to go that high so that the person could donate to the fund that they were donating to. Like, the person will be like, oh, I could sell a piece for that much. And the next time you see them make something like that, that's how much it is. When really, it's about $300. So you got to be careful. You just got to be careful, Brother Bingus. I'm sorry if I've been...
No. I agree. It's
on my rants.
Look, at China has a distinct advantage in their manufacturing capabilities because we've shifted all the manufacturing of the world onto their back. Okay, and that's a fact for the most part. So if you can take advantage of the less cost of the manufacturing and find integrity, that's a win-win, you see. So, but here's the thing, there's a cost in doing that. You got to wade through it, and you also have to hold your integrity. For example, there's another Chinese light company that's actually makes just as good a light as Spider Farmer, and they've been bugging me for a year to be my sponsor, to sponsor me, right? So that I will make videos for them. And and it's gotten to the point where I said, no, I've given my word. I haven't signed a contract. I just gave my word to Spider Farmer, right? Now they hit me with, we're willing to pay you and give you 10% of the profits of any lights that you sell. And you know what? I did not even respond to that email. I just deleted it because it was insulting. All right. It insults my integrity.
I was going to say integrity, brother. You already said what you wanted to do. It's like, you know what? Respect me enough to say, you know what? Thank you. Appreciate it. Hope you guys do well. But it's like, no, what if we do? It's like, nah, Brad, I'm sorry.
But see, in America, though,
some people
got that reputation of being, you can buy us. You can buy us.
Yeah, some people would bite. Absolutely. They were just dealing with the wrong motherfucker. And that's what I love about my brother Bingus, is he is that motherfucker.
I'll tell you what, I thought about it.
Oh, absolutely. How could you not think about it? That's the thing is you got to at least run it through your conscience. It's not like you don't. Yeah, I could never hold that against somebody. Like you got to consider you got to work the angles for a second.
It was a decent offer. I was like, really? Wow. But no, that's not how energy works, in my opinion. You give your energy. It's just like the guy, the masseuse I was telling you about. I'm not gonna somebody. Hey man, I'll give you the same massage for half the price. Nah, fuck you. Sorry, not gonna happen. You can't buy the bingus. Sorry. You can buy the bingus, but not the bingus.
That's right. Hi, Spy. I had no idea, but now that you have said that, I will definitely check in with him at midnight, and I will send him a happy birthday. Thank you for letting me know. I'm sure that he's probably live right now. But, I'm here with my brother Bingus, so we're busy. I'm about to take a dab. We got a nice fat dab of some GMO rosin right here.
Whew.
An hour 45 is what we're coming up on. Brother Bingus, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Really appreciate your time.
Thanks for the invite, man. I'm going to take one more small one, and then I'm going to have to...
Oh, no worries. No worries.
What I do about this time every night is I have to adjust my fans to maintain a certain temperature level in my room.
So I see you reaching for the bottle there. Let me heat up this now, and we'll pour another one. Just give me 1 second. One thing at a time, right?
We got High Spy in the chat. We got Chef Life. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're good, sir. I was just gonna say, I love my brother Bingus. He's always been a faithful member of the community. He's always had my back, and that's a rare quality, and I really appreciate him because of that. And he's just a really good friend, and I've always been glad to see him in the chat. I've always been happy when he's accepted my request to go live. So, Brother Bingus, please don't ever think that I take your time lightly. You are a very good friend of mine, and I really appreciate when you grace us with your presence.
Same here, Mike. I mean, we've been through a lot, really, if you think about it.
Shit. Yes, we have.
And, I mean, we've had several, private discussions about what the fuck is this and what did you say? I mean, dude, there's the dad pack and and then there's trips to fucking crazy lands that keep you at night and want to be fucking in the dad pack.
5 homies in the chat. You guys will never understand this as content consumers, but me and Brother Bingus have been on like a panel of other content creators as we discuss some serious shit. Fuck, it's been weird sometimes, being part of this community and being part of the shit that we've ended up doing. I remember sitting talking with everybody and fucking people that aren't even here anymore, like Primo Kush, having him on stream and having a bunch of people on stream at one time and being this is what we are discussing today. That shit, it was crazy. But you know what? I'm happy and I'm very humbled to have been a part of it. And fuck, I think about that shit to this day because I was in on a very early part of a lot of people's success, and it feels really good to be able to say that. And I never take credit, I never name names or anything. But it's really neat to be able to be I know who I was streaming with back in the day, that was here all the time. I know who was always in the chat and always trying to get on stream, and it's really interesting. To have
you're coming on. You weren't. I mean, you didn't take it too seriously as far as in the last year or so. You've kind of taken it a little bit more networking.
I took a step back for sure, absolutely.
But it is what it is. Hey, everybody. I hope you have a great evening tonight. Mike, I always like being on your panel. Thanks for having me on. Cheers, everybody.
My brother Bingus.
That should do it for me tonight. So, until next time, Brother Mike, we're going to definitely have another glass show.
Oh, yes.
And there's two at least Mike's Traveling Glass shows on the Bingus channel. If you haven't checked them out, please do.
So we got two. There's two versions, and they're on the Let's Chill playlist on my channel. So if you want to check out both of those discussions, they are actually there. Once a year, we get on Brother Bingus's channel, and we go through the entire collection. I think that this year, instead of going through the pieces, we'll go through the bubble caps.
Nice.
Because that's just as big of a collection, and there's a lot of really neat shit in there. Brother Bingus, love you to death. Thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Cheers, everybody. Thanks.
Alrighty, guys. So we're going to take this fat dab of rosin. It is just in time. Son of a bitch. Fat dabs. Brother Bingus, one of the few people that I will go out of my way to say that I have respect for in this community. There's a lot of people where if I heard their name, I'd be like, fuck that motherfucker. Brother Bingus, that's my family. I will support that man until I am not here on social media anymore. And that's just how that shit works, because that's how family does. All right, y'all. So we're coming up on 2 hours. Haven't really gotten a whole lot of questions about glass. So I'm probably going to check out and find something to watch. And we're just going to be chilling. I'm going to enjoy this buzz. I took a nice fat dab of some fucking rosin right now, so that's going to be great. That's not what I was going to say. That's just a burp. But seriously, you know, we got 6 homies in the chat. It's been extremely humbling, especially with like how big Brother Bingus's following is. He's a much bigger channel than I am. And the fact that he's willing to join me on camera, and the fact that he gives me credit for shit, and he's just like, yo, much love to Dead Cynic. You know what? I don't even know what to do with that. I'm gonna be honest. I'm glad. I'm super happy that I've been able to help people and that I've been able to be part of that community. But it's hard. It's hard to take credit because Brother Bingus, he's fucking amazing. All he needed was a little. He didn't even need any coaching. He just needed a little encouragement. Like, brother, people are gonna listen to what you're saying. Put your face on camera. I didn't need to teach him like this is how you live stream. We just needed to give him the confidence to be like, bruh, people want to hear what you have to say. Say that shit. High Spice says the first time that she ever saw me was on Bingus's channel. And I'm so grateful to that, man, because like he might give credit to me for some things, but look at how successful his channel is. Like he's an amazing member of our community. And like, yeah, there's nothing anybody could ever say that's negative about him. And if they did, I would defend him. I would be like, you're full of shit, because that's my brother. So fuck you. So, like, I've known this guy for a while. I'm pretty familiar with his character. He's a great human being. I would never say anything other than that. And he's always, one thing that I will say is that High Spy says, I have never heard a single negative thing about Bingus. That's because he's a fucking gangster. And he knows how to play it. You kill him with kindness. If you're a nice guy to everybody and you don't give anybody a reason to fuck you over, then when they fuck you over, that's all them. And the only thing that you look like is a nice guy. So, Brother Bingus, he's just truly a nice guy. He's just a good person. And that emanates into his interactions with other people. And that's why there's nobody that has anything bad to say about him. And if anybody ever did have anything bad to say about him, I would be at his defense and I would say, fuck you, because I actually know him and you don't know what you're talking about. High Spy. I noticed that I wasn't included in the best people in the community. That's okay. I understand that I'm not one of the best people in the community. I actually relish in that a little bit. Not even gonna lie. And I understand that they represent two different things because I'm not a grower's channel. So you could have been coming from a different place with that, but what I will say is I do relish that. I'm going to be honest no matter what, and I have no problem telling people to go fuck themselves, because that's what we do. We're honest. We ain't going to hold back. Miss High Spy says, haha, I was talking out of the older guys and yeah, the growers, which I am not. I'm a glass collector. Thug Doug says Dead Cynic is one of the humblest in the community. I really appreciate that, fam. I try not to talk out of place. I try not to make it seem like I think I know everything. I don't. I will be the first to say that I don't know everything. There are other resources that you can tap into, and I encourage you to do that. But you know what? The time that I have spent dealing with what I talk about, I like to think of myself as passionate about, and when I share that with you guys, I'm genuine about it. The only reason why I share my opinion is because I've been there and I've spent my hard-earned money on this kind of shit, so I want to give you an honest opinion. And I never want anybody to think that anything different is going on. High Spy says, you are one of the best too. You're my homie. I was referring to the old G's. I have many friends who I think are amazing in the community. You are definitely included in them. Yeah, Miss High Spy, I was just fucking with you, miss. But thank you so much. I do really appreciate that. And I tried to at least be honest. And to what Thug Doug was saying, I do try and be humble. I try and make sure that you guys understand that I don't think that I'm an exhaustive resource. I ask you guys to question, seriously, and especially when we talk about shit like when we do paranormal night or conspiracy theory night. One of the first things that I will tell you guys is to question everything that I'm saying and to verify it, take it with a grain of salt, and to look it up and to make sure what I'm saying is actually true. You know, don't just take it at face value. It doesn't matter who is saying it, even if it comes from me. So, Polish Hammer says, what kind of love fest did I click into? Cynic's got some good glass info. I appreciate that, Polish Hammer. I was just saying thank you because so here's the thing. I don't know how many of the people that you watch that actually say thank you to their community, but I'm somebody that does that. And so I was just taking a minute to say thank you. High Spy says, you're the only other person in the community who believes a lot of the taboo things I believe, so that's a plus. Well, Miss High Spy, one thing that I will say is that a lot of people that smoke weed, they have a hard time interpreting things correctly. So, not everybody will want to look at things the way that we do. And also, you have to think about it in terms of indoctrination. There's a lot of people that have been not just heavily indoctrinated, but they've never had the ability to question it or look into alternate sources of information. So we're very fortunate that for whatever reason, and what I'll say about that is the Bible actually specifies that not everyone is going to have the same gifts. So some people are going to be selected as teachers. Some people are going to be selected as healers. Some people are going to be selected as preachers. Not everybody's going to have the same gift. And I think that on a level, like you and me may be meant to be teachers because we're good at providing information. We're good at showing people the other side of the argument. And it's just about accepting your role, because everyone has a part to play. Everyone has a gift. And I think that my gift is I'm a good teacher, whether I want to admit it or not. And what it came through, like initially what happened was it started coming through on this channel when I did the Let's Talks and the reviews and all that kind of shit. People watch those, and I get a comment, at least 1 to 2 comments every day on a Let's Talk video, like, thank you, dude. I'm so glad that somebody showed me the how to fucking do this and blah, blah, blah. Like, people appreciate sharing knowledge. So I definitely think that if you are selected as a teacher and you notice that it's easy for you to pass on information to other people, you need to embrace that, and you need to fucking figure out how you fit into teaching a lot of people. And so what I've tried to do is adapt that to social media. And when, as much as we do educational videos, like Let's Talk about how to pick a dab rig and all that kind of shit, we also put in paranormal night, conspiracy theory night, all that kind of shit, so that we can teach people about other kind of stuff. And yes, maybe not everybody will tune in, but Polish Hammer says, first I listen to Bingus, then I steal it and repeat it. Hey, Bingus is a great font of information, so I can't even blame you for doing that. All right. I'm going to check out for tonight, guys. We're on about 2 hours. A little past 2 hours. 2 hours, 2 minutes. We're coming up on 3 minutes right now. 2 hours and 3 minutes. It is 11:52. Let's take one more shot. We got 6 homies in the chat. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Tomorrow is Monday, which would be Marble Mondays on Jack Glass Art's channel. I'll be hitting him up sometime tomorrow, and we'll check in with him, square everything away. I'll probably be doing like a week or 2 more with him, and then we're probably going to call it quits. I don't think because that's the thing, is he's doing good. I did everything that I was planning on doing. He was kind of the underdog when I found him. Nobody really liked him, and there was a lot of people saying a lot of bad shit about him. I started doing lives with him. We started picking up his business, And not only did he get some more subscribers to his stuff, but he got some regular people that will buy his shit as long as he's halfway responsible with his business. So, all I will say is, Hi Spy, it's not even midnight. It's 11:53. So he's a little early. But I tried my best to help him out. And I have nothing against him. I have a lot of love for him, but at the same time, I don't owe anything to fucking anybody. And I want you to look at me in the eyes. I'm going to look into the camera when I say this. I don't owe anybody anything. When I got into this situation, it was to help him. There was never anything as a benefit to me. And that's honestly how it's been this entire time. So, we're going to be chilling. And even if I'm not helping him anymore, he's going to do just fine. Because as long as he's halfway responsible with his shit, he's going to be just fine. If he isn't, that's not my fault. I'm not his fucking mom. And as much as he is a good friend of mine, has he ever helped me with anything? I don't think he has. Everything that I've ever asked for, I've paid for. I had never got anything for free. I'm actually still waiting for him to make me some shit. He still owes me a pendant for the hand. She has a whole fucking midnight scene with a fucking crescent moon coming to her. I paid for that shit already. Hi Spy says, that's usually how it goes. You know, Hi Spy, it really isn't. It's only if you're a certain kind of person. So the fact that you actually are saying that means that you must be one of those kind of people. And I'm sure that you're probably as fucking tired of it as I am. So all I'll say about that is, I appreciate the time that I have had with everybody. I appreciate the fact that I was able to help Brother Jack. But at the end of the day, if we're being, so 11:56, I'm like 5 shots in. I'm still coherent enough to know that I helped Jack more than he has helped me. And you can say whatever you want about that. He can say whatever he wants about that. Awesome. But I'll say it right here. I've helped him more than he's ever helped me. And that's okay. That's how it works sometimes. That's why I came into the situation, is because I thought he needed help. And I brought his business back. That's what my goal was. But I don't ever want there to come into question some fucking like, you left him hanging. If that's what you think, you could lick my fucking balls. We're gonna take one more question. And it's not even his birthday yet. There's still 3 minutes left. I'm gonna tell him happy birthday when it's midnight, but goddamn, it's not even his fucking birthday yet. We still got 3 minutes left. And that's the thing, is I'm on Cali time. I'm like 45 minutes away from where he is. So I know when it's gonna be midnight. It's not midnight yet. We still got 2 minutes, motherfucker. Hi Spy. So that's, we'll say that I'm half you, because I'm good for a certain point, and then at some point I'm like, you're good by yourself. I'm gonna chill the fuck out. We're going to close out with that little good boy. Oh, he even got up to say hi. Oh, look at that. Look at that. How could you ask? How could you ask for anything more? Look at this little good boy. He's so handsome. And he got up just for you guys. Hi, buddy. So good boy. Oh, so stretchy. Oh, you're gonna lay. Oh, okay. Hi, good boy. Oh, I know, big huffy puff. We got my little brother in the chat. What's going on, little brother? Madukan. Come on, you want to say hello to everybody before? Okay. Oh, hi. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're so handsome. All right, so that's his hello before we take this last shot of the night and we check out. I will be checking in with Jack tomorrow, so we should be going live at some point tomorrow. We're going to do Marble Mondays. We're going to do at least 1 or 2 more weeks before I check out. Dead Zaku, what's going on? My actual little brother. Love you to death, sir. So I've been drinking some Smoke Wagon bourbon. This is 100 proof and shit. Look at that, dude. Fuck. We drank a lot of that shit. When we started off, it was like up here. And I took a shot with my homie Josh. That was the first shot of the night. But we're on shot number like 6 or 7. And this is 100 proof. I will be honest, like, I'm still coherent. We're good. Like, that's the thing about how smooth this shit is you got to be really careful. As long as you take it once an hour, once every 45 minutes, you'll be all right. But, like, after this, I got to find something to watch, and I got to get the fuck off live stream. Like, I ain't going to be doing this for any longer. So, my little brother saying, holy heck. Oh, yeah, little brother. And so I wish that you would come and visit so that we could get you nice and schwifty and we could get you like 6 or 7 shots into some 100 proof. Like, just, I wish. I miss you. I wish that, we could hang out a little bit more. But I hope that you're doing well. I love you to death. High Spy says, I got to get my arse in the shower, so I'm checking out a minute early. Much love, everyone. Don't be good. Be great. Much love to you, Miss High Spy. Thug Doug says, I have to roll out as well. Everybody leaving right when I'm about to take this shot. All right. Well, fuck y'all. No, I'm just kidding. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and dealing with my crazy ass for this long. A little bit over 2 hours. 2 hours, 12 minutes. Coming up on 13 minutes right now. 2:13. Sorry. So we're going to take this last shot, and then we are going to officially check out for the evening, guys. Much love to all of you. And yeah, I'm sure that I will see you on the next video. We're going to be, I need to fucking shave. That's going to be the first thing. I gotta fucking shave. And then we'll probably be doing another glass shop entry, because I was gonna say we'll do a review on Cellini and Company, which is the place that made this new dab tool that I've been using on a regular basis. Again, 16 opals encased in the handle. Curly maple. That shit is beautiful. And having a late grandfather that was really into woodworking, he made the bookshelf right there behind me, and he also made these 2 bookshelves right here. So having a grandfather that was really into woodworking, I think that it's really cool to be able to own a super heady like wood dabber. And there's one more that I'm planning on buying. I don't know if it's going to be available by the time I'm able to buy it, but if it is, then I'm gonna fucking buy it, and I'm gonna have these two tools from this company. So much love to all of you guys. 8 homies in the chat. We got Silent Wolf saying good night. Silent Wolf, you're my fam. I appreciate you coming through whenever it is that you can. And, you've been a long time subscriber of my shit. You've already paid for your dab mat. So as soon as those come in, you are actually getting the first one. Polish Hammer says, stay safe, all. Yes. 7 homies in the chat. Be safe, everybody. Just make sure that, you take care of yourself. Take care of the people that are important to you. And I don't think I can really say anything besides that. Just make sure that you take care of what's important. Make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you take care of the people that matter. As long as you do that, you're doing all right. We got my lady in the chat. Hey, baby. I'm about to check out for tonight. I hope that you have a great evening at work. This is like shot number 6 or 7. So this is definitely my last shot of the night. I have my alarm set. I'm definitely going to wake up and let you in the morning. No worries. Silent Wolf says, always want the first one and the last one. Silent Wolf, if you want me to set the last dab mat aside for you, I will, fam. You got it. But we got my lady in the chat. She's currently at work. Much love to her. I hope that it's a smooth shift. Cheers to everybody that hung out with me tonight. 2 hours. That's how long we've been doing what the fuck we've been doing. I don't even know how many of you there are in the chat. It says that there's 9 people. That doesn't mean I know who all of you are. Much love to all of you guys. I hope that you have a great evening. I will be live with Jack Glassart tomorrow on Instagram for Marble Mondays unless something comes up. So make sure that you're tuned into that. And yeah, cheers. Hey, we still got Danny in here. Much love to Danny and Brother Rich and little Logan. You guys are awesome. Definitely good examples of the family that you can meet from doing stuff like this. Danny, I hope that you know that I very much value yours and Rich's company, and I'm very humbled that Logan looks up to me and that he sees my content on any level. And you guys are awesome. So thank you so much for humbling a dead cynic like me. I do not deserve your family's kindness. But you joined just in time. Or actually, you've probably been here, so I shouldn't even say you joined just in time, but you've been here. So let's go ahead and take this shot, and then we're going to check out for the evening. I'm going to get a little bit of sleep before my lady Marina gets here. I got my alarm set so that we can unlock the door so she can get in the morning. And she's going to come and hang out for a couple of days, and I'm looking forward to that. So, much love to all of you guys. I'm sure that I will see you soon. So, Danny, you and Brother Rich, you guys are very special to me because, like, seriously, you guys have been a steady supporter of what I have done, no matter what. And I've always tried to make sure that if Brother Rich asked me a question, that I did right by him. 420 says, you don't deserve 420. I don't know if you know much about my mind state, but I'm very hard on myself. I don't really think I deserve any of you guys. So that's just a little look into my personal state of being. He says, fuck that, you deserve everything. I appreciate that, fam. I wish I agreed with you. We are going to take this last shot. Yes. So I have my alarm set for 6:30 so that I'm awake and we can let her in. But I am definitely looking forward to having her here. It's always better to have her here than to not have her here. 7 homies in the chat. 2 hours and 20 minutes in. I am going to... Shit, I don't have any... Well, actually, I do. I have some stuff that I can make to eat, so I think that I might make something else to eat. And then I think that we're going to find something to watch. And we're going to chill the fuck out and wait for the hand to get here. So, much love to all of you guys. 6 homies in the chat. We drank more than half of that bottle. Do you see where the liquid is? That shit started like up here. So we fucking drank that much. There was one shot that I gave to someone else. And we got one more right here, motherfucker. All right. 6 homies in the chat. 420, you humble me, fam. That's actually going to be a comment that gets stuck in my head is fuck that, you deserve everything. Somebody actually sent that to me. Like, I don't know why you think that, but thank you. 5 homies in the chat. Let's go ahead and take this shot, and then I'm going to check the fuck out. You guys are awesome. Appreciate your support. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. We will be back. I mean, it's technically Monday already. It's 12:11 Cali time, so it's technically Monday. Sometime this week, I need to put out another video. I think that it's probably going to be an addition to the glass shop. So we'll probably do a review on a custom piece. I'm thinking either Larry or Psyduck. So I just need to figure out which one it's going to be, whether or not it's going to be Larry or whether or not it's going to be Psyduck. We will do that, and then we will make the video. We will post it this week, and it will be up for your viewing pleasure. And if we don't do that, we will at least do another live stream, because we're going to be doing at least one live stream a week from now on. We will be catching up with that shit. But yes, for the most part, aside from that, I think that we're also going to try and do a video on top of the live stream. So be looking out for that. Thank you guys for hanging out. 4 homies in the chat. We lost a couple of homies, but you know what? That's okay. Because we still got this shot. And we're gonna fucking drink it. That's it for me, y'all. I'm going to find something to watch and fall asleep for a little bit. And then I'm going to get up so that I can let the hand in. And then I'm going to fall asleep for a little bit longer. So I hope that you guys have a great night. Much love. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sure that I will see you soon. Peace out.